This next gentleman I'm going to introduce to you has been a tireless enthusiast and supporter of this World's Fair from day one, from its very inception, and he must be very proud today to watch this day come to fruition right before our eyes. I am pleased to introduce a member of the Board of Directors of the 1982 World's Fair, the mayor of this host city of Knoxville, the Honorable Randy Tyree.
Dinah, thank you very much. We're proud of you. It's a great day, and I want to welcome all of you to the 1982 World's Fair, Knoxville, Tennessee. A lot of things has been said about the fair and will continue to be said during the next very exciting 6 months. And having been involved really for the last 6 years as mayor of the community and representing 176,000 of mighty fine folks, we've gone through some difficult times, but always exciting times. There are two elements about the 1982 World's Fair. One is the tangible element. That is the bricks and mortars part, what you see before you in this area and behind you in our convention facility and around us in the new hotels and the redevelopment projects. That is very important, and from an economic standpoint has made this area one of the very bright spots in the southeast. We're very fortunate by having a very low unemployment rate here, below the state average considerably. And we're very excited about the economic good news that the 1982 World's Fair has brought to our community. The other side of that coin is an intangible element. And I'm not sure exactly what is the best way to describe it, but perhaps it can best be said of a community spirit. And a community is always in the best position to reach its maximum potential when it is together and working to make something happen. And the 1982 World's Fair has been that catalyst to not only speak to the bricks and mortar side of it in terms of economic development, but to bring together the community, the movers and shakers of the community, the citizens of the community, to be behind something and to make something happen. And I doubt that there will ever again be a time in the history of our community when a progressive idea surfaces that we will not get behind it and make it happen, because we have the World's Fair to point to as that very, very successful effort when the total community committed itself and made it happen. I'm not sure what kind of price tag you can put on that, if there is one. It speaks not only to the present generation, but to future generations. And if any time that a city can leave a legacy like that to the future generation, it is very, very important to strike and grab that ring as it comes around. The city council of the community, very difficult times, but they stood tall also under great degrees of criticism at a time when few people thought that we could really make this happen. But it gets back to a very basic principle, and that is that you start off by believing in yourself first, and then that feeling spreads to the community, and that community starts believing in itself, and once that happens, then the rest of it becomes history. We're excited, we're proud, and it's a time in our history as a city that I think that the history itself will judge us very, very kindly for having made this effort and having brought it together to be able to entertain and affect the world. There's one element that goes beyond the city limits and the state boundaries and the boundaries of the United States of America. And that is at a time when things are pretty difficult in many parts of our world, we have the opportunity to bring 22 different nations, competing nations philosophically, economically, we have an opportunity to bring them together in a peaceful setting to exchange information, ideas, and to get to know each other a little bit better. And I think that gives us an opportunity as a World's Fair project to speak directly to the issue of world peace. And I know of no greater opportunity that could present itself to any community than to have an opportunity to play that role. So as mayor and on behalf of the City Council of Knoxville and this community, welcome to the 1982 World's Fair in Knoxville, Tennessee. It now gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce the University of Tennessee Choir and the University of Tennessee Pride of the Southland Marching Band. For those of you that are not familiar with the layout of the area, the University of Tennessee campus, the developed area through here used to be a blighted industrial slum that has now been converted to join our Central Business District and the University of Tennessee campus in a very, very positive way. They have been a partner throughout the whole process.